Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. Now, today's lore episode is a little bit different from where I wanted to go. And there's quite a bit of information that I'm going to have to read because I'm forgetting all these things. But today's episode is on one of the most fascinating pieces of the Tower of God, the 10 Great Families. Now, the 10 Great Families are as mysterious as any other part of the story. And do not get me wrong when I say this here. Nothing is fleshed out. The most fleshed out individual, as far as we know in terms of story, are dead people, right? We know tidbits about Prince. We know tidbits about Ilma and Cassino. We know a little bit about Miseng. We know a little bit about Enda Rossi. Actually, Enda Rossi might have the most information from anybody we have. We know most of her upbringing. We know she was born to Anak Jahad. We know that she ended up going to Garam on the floor of death. We know that she was trained by Garam for a little bit. We know that she went to the test floor. We know she lost a weapon. We know she's been targeted by the Lopo Bai family. We know all of those items, but what do we not know about her? Nothing. We just don't know her real name, right? Anak Jahad is the name she's taken for herself, and a lot of people just take names. And we'll get to know their names later down the line, more than likely, when the time shows up for us to get that type of information. Okay, so let's see. Alright, so the 10 Great Families. The 10 Great Families are the original group that actually entered the tower. And we don't know a lot about them. I actually just have an image on them here. So let me get into what we know about them. We know that these 10 are only 10 out of 12 members. The 13th member of the tribe is Jahad himself, and that makes him quite unique in that aspect, right? But there are other things that make him quite unique as well that we won't even get into. We won't even be able to touch on it as yet. So yeah, let's just try and figure some of these things out. So number one, the 10 Great Families are the first individuals to climb the tower. Now, their entire group was actually 13, so the 13 warriors. They climbed up the tower together as a group, and they ended up founding the 10 Great Families at the end when they stopped their climb on the 134th floor. We know that the families were shattered apart and changed, but there are some things that we don't really know about these families. So let's go through these families as far as we can. Now, I don't know which symbol belongs to which family from all of these. I know that one of them is the Ha family, one of them is the Yuan family, one of them is the Kun family. But not everything is known to me. I don't know which one is Aryan, I don't know which one is Arye. So let's go for it. So here are the 10 Great Family names. The Ari family. The Ari family are known for being pacifists. Now, I've already spoken about them a few times. They also are known as the predecessors to Yuri Ha, Jahad, and Jinsang Ha. So that is the family which Yuri and Jinsang are from. Alright, the next one. The next one to note in the story is the Ari family. This is the family that White belongs to, Arye Han. This is the crazy guy who runs around with the sword. Now, one difference between the Ari family and the Arye family is Ari family uses needles. Ari family uses needles. Arye family from Han uses swords. So that's how you would understand the difference between the two. The next family of some importance would be the Eurasia family, otherwise going by the name Panskul. If you find anybody named Panskul, they belong to the Eurasia family. So yeah, that's where you get Laure and a whole lot of those others. And yeah, those are the ones who sleep like crazy. So yeah, there's something to do with it within their power and their family. The next family of great importance is the Ha family. Obviously, I've already explained, Jinsang Ha and Yuri Ha are part of two big families at the same time. So yeah, that's the crazy part about it. And yeah, that's where we get it. Their head is high Yuren. Now, I haven't spoken about each of them. I actually didn't give the name. So from the Ari family, it's Han. From the Arye family, it's Han. From the Eurasia family, it's Eurasia Pansko. From the Ha family, it's Ha Yuren. Then the next family, which becomes a big one, is the Hendo Lak family. Now, this is one of the more spectacular ones. Hendo Lak's contract for immortality means that all of his descendants have shortened lifespans, right? His full name is Hendo Lak Bloodmatter. So he is one of the most powerful defenders in the tower. That is all that we do know about him. Him and the only other person with a big family in terms of numbers is the Kun family. So that is something to note about these two. They are also the weakest of the 10 great families. So I'm suspecting that Hendo Lak Bloodmatter is also the weakest of the 10 great warriors. I'm not 100% sure about that. I might be wrong. But yeah, his family has the least amount of influence. It's the weakest in the tower from what we gain. And yeah, that's from the 10 great families, obviously, not from the regular individuals. The next family is the Kun family. Now, they are headed by Kun Edan. Kun Edan has multiple wives and the second most children in the family after the Hendo Lak family. Now, here are some things to know about the Kun family. The Kun family holds a competition within itself where they will fight each other for the right to exist as a primary body within the family. If they lose, their family branch is kicked out as abandoned children. And this isn't endorsed by Kun Edan. This is done by the members of the family without his permission, basically, without his authority. He doesn't intervene, he doesn't do anything, he leaves them to their own situation. They are actually represented by the blue ball with the black mark in it and the big black line. Now, I did prepare something specially for this since we do know what he looks like. There we go. Come on. Yeah, here we go. Ah, man, it shrunk. Sorry about that. But there we go. This is Kun Edan as a kid. This is the data that we see for Kun Edan. Now, with all of this said, he's a spear bearer. He's one of the greatest spear bearers. We don't know a lot about the 10 great families, right? They could all be real fishermen or true fishermen, as they have been referenced in the story. So they could all be able to fight every position available. But they do excel in a single position each. Now, I'm not sure which position some of them are in. The Ha family might be fishermen or they might be scouts. I'm not 100% sure. They could even be wave controllers, which wouldn't surprise me. The Ari family is definitely fishermen. The Arye family could be scouts or fishermen. And those are all things that I have to take into consideration when I'm saying anything about them. The next family on the list would be the Lopobia family. Now, we don't know the head of the Lopobia family. And this is something which is very weird because we know everybody else's family head's name, right? We know every other family besides the Lopobia head. He is a total mystery. We know that he is an Enema, and that is why the Lopobia branches have Enema animals as their main creatures, and that's how they are identified as the windbird branch, like the Cocos or any of those other major references. So that's how they go about with the naming of those family branches. The Grey Wolves from Lopobia Elaine, but we don't know much more about them. We don't even know if they are truly his children or just adopted children who he's given his blood in a similar way to Jahad. We'll find out about it later if I am correct, but we'll see where it goes. The next family is the Po Bedao family. The Po Bedao, whichever way you want to call it. This is led by Po Bedao Gasteng. And nonetheless, he is one of those who we have seen. He is a wave controller. We know he is 100% a wave controller. And we know that he is also a researcher and a massive nerd, right? So he is one of the nerds. We also heard that he is a protagonist in the story. So that could be a little bit of a situation. By an antagonist, I'm not sure, protagonist or antagonist, I get mixed up between the two. But he could be a villain in the story. He could be one of the guys who's pulling all the strings around Balm and making sure that Balm goes through more and more challenges as he goes up. We know that he watched over the game in the workshop battle where they tried to melt Balm down, and he let them do what they did until the point where they were outrageous against Balm. So we know that's the reality behind it. The next family that I know nothing about, and I'm just saying exactly that I know nothing about this family, is the Two Perry family, right? The Two Perry family are known for being light bearers, right? So they were probably the greatest light bearers in the tower. We don't know anything else about them, right? We haven't met any members from this family. We haven't been given any information, or any of them haven't joined into the story at any point. That's where we stand with this branch family of the 10 great families. And here's one of the most interesting. The Yuan family, led by Yuan Hana. Oh wait, sorry, I forgot about the Two Perry family's head. Two Perry Tapri. That is the head of the Two Perry family. And the Yuan family, as I said, is Hana. Now, the Yuan family, we know quite a bit about them to be shocked about. We just haven't ever met Hana. We know that they use fire. Their fire was granted to them by the ancients within the tower. They possess both the healing and destructive fire from the tower. It's one of the primal fires, similar to the power that Evan Cal is capable of using to burn anything. So yeah, that's something really unique about the Yuan family. And we know that they can possess crazy power when they direct female descendants of the Yuan family, like Yuan. She's crazy powerful, don't ever get that wrong. She's just not very useful against the other 10 great family members. But yeah, they can be a bit crazy with how far the power can go, and when they get consumed by flames. Now, a few things to note about the 10 great families. Although they possess a great amount of power, and when they are born in the direct line, they can possess even more crazy amounts of power, these are the drawbacks on them. Being born in the direct line does not mean that you are 100% more powerful than the others. Right? You could be weaker than somebody who's a 3rd class or 4th class descendant. It's just the way that it goes. And their powers aren't significant enough for most of them to become rankers. A lot of them just remain in the floating ship or just live in the middle area of the tower where they were born. And they've never ever left that floor, because that's where they are, that's where they're born, that's all that they have. So yeah, that's the way that it goes for most of the family members. Not all of them are chosen to be regulars, and not all of them even get a chance to be regulars, just to say the least. But that's how it is for most of these individuals from the 10 great families. Some of them are spectacular individuals, some of them aren't. It's just the way that it goes, as I'm saying. And from the females, a lot of them get a chance to become princesses of Jahad just because of their immense power from being part of the 10 great families. And it's one of the reasons why Jahad has kept this program going all this time, so that he can keep the families separated. Because if they unite and eventually decide to push against him, there is a chance that they might be able to defeat him. Actually, there is a chance that they might be able to defeat him, although all of them know that they are weaker than Jahad. Together as a team, they might be able to take him down. And this is the reality behind it. His greatest weakness is irregulars, and there are 13 irregulars in the tower who could possibly kill him. There's the 10 family heads, Yurik, and Ryu. And those are the 12 irregulars who could kill him. The next irregulars who could actually kill him are 2 special class irregulars, and that would be Pentaminum and Balm. Pentaminum is an Axis, so he could definitely kill him anytime he wanted to. And Balm is a unique irregular who we'll find out more about as he goes up the tower, until such a point that we find out everything 100%. So yeah, that's the whole story behind these guys, and that's all I can say about them. I hope that you all do enjoy, and I will catch you all in the next Tower of God lore video when I finally get something new to talk about, or maybe if I touch on Fug. But let's see where we go, and let's start getting into more crazy things. See you all then, have a good day.